Hey guys, what is up? Well, I can tell you one thing that is up today, and that is the price of BBIG stock. BBIG has risen by another $1.16 roughly today, and this equates to about 12%, so things are looking really good for this stock once more. Again, we did see a bit of that FOMO kick in, as I did mention, in my opinion, but yeah, in this one, you guys will know the score. By now, we're going to be looking at the technical analysis, and then giving a few quick news updates, which I think you guys may want to know, so make sure to subscribe to not miss out on any of that good information. Do remember, this is not financial advice, it is all just my personal opinion, but yeah, we will be talking about BBIG more and more, as you guys do seem to enjoy the videos that we do make on this stock, so thank you for all the support so far. Bear in mind guys, if you can share this anywhere that you can, it would be appreciated, whether it be with your friends or family, or in places like Reddit, it would be appreciated, because you will help to get this information to more and more people, and that would obviously be a beneficial thing. But again, not financial advice, just my personal opinion. Now we're going to jump into this one. I want to speak about the latest info that we do have for today, and that is obviously going off BBIG and that proxy update that we do have. Now we can see a bit of an update from this a few days ago on Wall Street Bets, and we have spoken about this before, but realistically scrolling up a bit and we can see the latest. It was published 7 hours ago, and this is an article talking about the 2021 annual proxy. Now, so we have spoken about this in a bit of detail before, so I'm not going to cover it too much right here, but I think this is something, like I said, which people could definitely see as a catalyst, and it definitely could have more and more people buying into the stock, whether it be for a fundamental or a short squeeze oriented reason. I think it will potentially be beneficial to our movement and to seeing the share price move even higher in the near future. So all good stuff that we are seeing here, another potential good catalyst. Another thing which you guys did want me to address in last video, and I think I have done this last week, but I definitely will do it again for you guys if it is something that you wanted to see. You wanted to see a look at the options that we have got so far, and the options that are expiring on the 17th. Now here are the options expiring on the 17th, and I do understand why. If we have a look at these, we have 9 days to go, and we have really good figures over here. Just in case you're wondering, we can see implied volatility of 317.45%, and we obviously do have quite a lot of options in the money down here if we do have a quick look. So we can see big options numbers at 350, at 4 as well in my opinion. We can see another big options at 750. And if we scroll down a bit further, we'll see bigger and bigger options. We have really big options at $10 actually, and as you would expect, that is up there because, as I mentioned last time, people generally speaking with options do go for those round numbers, whether it be $7.50, $10, maybe even $5, $15 or $20, and that is what we are seeing here with the stock in my opinion. So it does make sense that 10 has got a lot up there, but yeah, the fact that they're in the money is good in my opinion. I think it does put us in a really good position if we can stay above that $10 mark going forwards. Now, one thing that would make our position a lot stronger is if we were to see more and more growth in the future. Now, we can see a lot more options actually coming in at $11 as well. That would be fantastic if we can get to $11. A lot more as well at $12, which is good. And if we scroll all the way out, we can see bigger numbers, as you would expect, at 15 and also at 20, and that is because, as I mentioned, people do oftentimes just go for those big round numbers, as they think that it is really a good place to go. So ultimately, if we can remain above, or at least get above the point that we are seeing at both 12 and at 15 as well, and potentially even 20, you guys will see that we have a lot of options which would potentially be in the money. Now, we have a lot up here as well at 23, but obviously these are quite high up, so there's no reason why it would necessarily reach up there, but it's just something interesting that I think you guys should know. A lot of options are up there at the higher prices, but clearly we do already have a lot of options which are in the money. I think ultimately, if we can get the price up to about this point here at $12, perhaps even $12.50, that would be a decent point, as we would have a lot of options in the money. Now, the way things are going, I think it is almost inevitable that we could get up to that $12 point in the next 9 days. If things do continue going well, I think that would be a really good thing when we look to the future of the stock. So again, good options coming in the next 9 days. If we can get a bit higher, up to $12.50, maybe even up to 15, that would be great. Obviously 20 would be amazing, but it is more on the high side, but there's no reason why it couldn't, in theory, happen. So now let's have a look on the technical side at what we have been seeing for BBIG on the 1-day chart. And as you guys will know by now, we're going to start off on the simple side to make it easy for everybody to understand. So what we are seeing so far, and we do have about 20 minutes, roughly 10 minutes now actually, until the market does shut, but we can see the general trend that we have noticed throughout the day. So I'm guessing that we had a very strong pre-market hours and post hours yesterday, but what we are seeing right now is obviously in the hours on screen, we saw a bit of a spike actually, which was pretty good. Now this took us to a point up here at $11.51. From there, a small sell-off did occur until about 10 o'clock, and we can see this point here was the low at $10.19. Now from there, we did actually continue to consolidate for a little bit, a bit of movement up and down, but realistically, we remained in those levels, and then we actually did see a bit of a climb from this point here at about 10:43, so quarter to 11. We saw a climb up, and this took us to highs of the day, which were all the way up here at 12:39. So 12:39 was a really high point for the day, and it showed a very strong rally up in the morning, and I am happy to see that. Now, presumably, some people will be taking profits throughout the day. It is always the case, and we have seen that, in my opinion, with the stock. So we've seen a little bit of a drop up until the point down here, I would say, at about 148, where we saw lows again, which were slightly higher than the ones that we saw in the morning, but these were the second low point of the day, which was at a price of 1070. Now, 1070 was a level where we were comfortable, that being the high 10s, because we can see 1070 up here. We did actually climb into the 11s a bit later in the afternoon, but realistically we came down back to this level about 1080, 1070 later in the afternoon, coming to about 340, and right now, coming towards the end of the day, we have seen a bigger drop in price, which is, something that we do sometimes see towards the end of the day, whether it is day traders taking profits or people just being happy with their position and wanting to sell before the market does close. So this little dip that we are seeing by the end of the day, I don't think it matters too much. I think people will still look at the numbers and see that actually, yes, BBIG is up by a really nice number today. I think that, that small decrease that we are seeing towards the end of the day, I don't think most people will fear that at all. I think that could ultimately be a good thing when we talk about the future momentum of this stock. So, what I'm seeing down here on the technical side, I will read the numbers out for you, and then I'll give my opinions on what we have been seeing. Ultimately, we are seeing a moving average figure for today at 1098. Now, that is obviously above where we are right now, and that's because we have seen this bigger drop towards the end of day, and this is a lagging indicator. We are seeing the RSI coming towards the end of the day between about 30 and 32 as it does move up and down for the last few minutes of market open. So yeah, that's not too bad either. It definitely is coming more towards the oversold side. It is not oversold yet. Bear in mind, guys, 20 is oversold. We have 13 points to go to being oversold, but it has fallen down massively because of that drop that we saw towards the end of the day. So I would expect this to come back up to more reasonable levels, going forwards into tomorrow. So nothing really to be concerned about. The MACD trend on the 1 day is bearish because we have seen a big drop, in the late part of the session. Not anything to worry about too much, in my opinion, either. I think we get a bit more useful detail out here on the 5-day chart because this does show us more, widespread information, and I think this does show us better numbers. So ultimately down here, we are still seeing a moving average of 1120, which is not bad at all. Again, it's higher than where we are right now because it tracks the past 5 days, and we have had that massive run up, and on top of that, we had a small sell-off, which has kind of caught this out a little bit. So yeah, it is a little bit higher than where we are right now, but I don't think it is anything to be too worried about. We can see the RSI figure down here is at 32 on the 5-day. Now that is coming quite low. As I mentioned, guys, 20 is oversold. We are only 12 points away from being oversold right now, so I think it is quite low. We would like to see that get to more, reasonable levels higher up on the chart, because 32 is definitely coming more and more towards the oversold side, and again, we could be coming close to oversold soon if we do see more of a drop. Now again, if we see a bit more of a rise tomorrow, we definitely could assume that this could come back to more normal levels. Bear in mind, even this indicator is going to be quite volatile as it tracks only the past 5 days, and we are seeing the MACD trend, which is coming bearish towards the end of today, inevitably because we did have that drop in the afternoon. So let's now speak about what I think we have seen and what I think is going to happen going forwards. So ultimately today for BBIG was really good. Bear in mind, guys, every single stock, whether it be a short squeeze stock or not, it is going to have some red days along the road. You guys will know how things have moved with AMC and GME. Look, AMC down here is actually in the red today, and people still think that this has massive potential to take off as well. So it doesn't really matter if we are up by a massive amount or not. And obviously with BBIG stock being worth only $10, we can see that, only a 50-cent raise actually does account to about 5.7%. So that really is quite good. So people may see this small number down here of about 50 cent. Yes, it has been a good day. We are up by about 6%. Bear in mind, this is a day that the markets haven't really done too well anyway. So the fact that we are seeing BBIG up is showing that it is kind of outperforming the market, in my opinion. Now going forwards, I think this definitely could add more and more FOMO as time does go on, as people see that other investments continue to fall and they see things like BBIG and potentially even other stocks go up and up as time does pass. So I think this definitely could be a good thing for the movement on BBIG. I think it helps to keep investors, confident in their investment and probably want to buy more in the future. So I think ultimately today has been a really good day for the bulls. Yes, we are seeing a bit of a drop towards the end of the day, but I think nobody here is really scared of these small drops anymore, so I'm really happy with what we have seen today. Please tell me your opinions down below. I just wanted to give you guys another quick update, so thank you for watching. I will see you all very, very soon. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.